What's up, guys? Today we're taking a look at this knife. This is the Zero Tolerance 0456, the ZT0456. This is a Sinkovich design, Dmitry Sinkovich design, and I think it's pretty cool. It's got this particular one has this blue carbon fiber scale and a titanium frame lock. All ZT knives are made in the USA, absolutely, and I love that. But this model came in several different configurations. There was just a normal dark carbon fiber, like a black plain carbon fiber, and they also had a full titanium version, which was just all silver, so same on both sides, like silver on both sides, plain titanium. And then they also made like some exclusive versions, so they had one with like blue titanium and I think a darker stonewash blade. This is just a satin grind on here. Not as many of these blue ones were made, I don't think. I don't see them around out there as much, but I really like the blue carbon fiber on this. It looks really pretty, and it like shimmers in the light. It looks really good. I like how they chamfered it. It's got a blue backspacer too, which really makes it stand out. Really bright blue, a little bit jimping, but it's smooth jimping on there. And then it's got some jimping on the flipper tab. This is a flipper only knife. The action is excellent. Flips out really nice. Disengage lock bar, very smooth through the drop. Runs on bearings. Very good. And centering looks great. And lockup, completely and totally solid. No wiggle up, down, left, or right. And here you go. You can see this is Sinkovich USA, Kaiose 0456. And then this particular one is in CTS 204P. I don't know if that was the standard steel they used for this. I think it was. But that is the steel that they used on this particular one. It's basically an analog to, well, it's basically the same as M390. And as well as 20CV. So very similar to M390 20CV or CTS 204P. This is just the Carpenter version. Here you can see the serial number, 1169, I think. So I like the satin grind they did on it. It's very reflective. You see it reflects the light, real shiny. And then I do like this stone washing kind of up on the flat. As you can see there, I don't know if I can get it to focus better. But yeah, you can see it's very shiny, and then it has like a stone washing up on the flat. And then this nice swedge is satin grind as well. And the spine of the blade, you get a lot of tip strength out here with this kind of like Wharncliffe or sheepfoot kind of blade shape here. Almost like a sheep's foot. I would call it sheep's foot, probably. Maybe Wharncliffe. I don't know. It's whatever. You can see it. It's like a K-tip kind of deal. But it's good. I really like the chamfering and like milling they did on this side. They did this big milling line here, and then they like did this other milling line here, and then they chamfered like the edges. It just looks really good with these lines. I like that they had that texture on there. Captive pivot, so really easy to adjust. This one has a aftermarket pocket clip. So this is I think this is a Lynch deep carry clip, or it might be a knockoff version, but it's an aftermarket titanium deep carry clip that the previous owner put on here. But it works really well on this knife particularly. Here's your lockup. There you go. Pretty nice. Maybe like 50% lockup probably. Maybe a little bit more, but very smooth, very nice knife. Snaps right open, very clicky, good detent. Yeah, it's a good knife. It's just a little bit on the smaller side for ZT knives, as far as lengthwise, especially. It is very chunky. You can definitely feel the thickness in the hand. Let me compare it to a bug out here. You see it's definitely wider than a bug out for sure, which it's going to be because it's a ZT knife. But you see it's like, there you go, good comparison in width. So it definitely fills your hand well for being, it's a little chunker is what it feels like, a little chunky knife. I can get all 4 fingers on there pretty well. This first finger fits in the choil great, and then these two kind of land on this nice zone here, and this last one lands on this back part, but they all fit on there pretty well. And then my thumb lands up here. There's no jimping on the spine. That's just flat, but it feels good. Nothing super sharp or anything except for the edge, which of course the edge is sharp. But yeah, it's a pretty good knife. It's definitely on the smaller side of ZT knives, especially for the ones in my collection. Let me do a size comparison so you know what I mean. I'll compare it to the ZT 0308 and the Marketech MSI. So you see it's very similar to this blade shape, but definitely on the smaller side. You can tell there. And then we'll also compare it to the Spyderco PM2 and the Spyderco Para 3. So you can see there, it's kind of like in between the size of the PM2 and Para 3 as far as lengthwise, kind of right in the middle. Definitely feels more like a full-size knife, a little more like a PM2, but it's a little bit shorter and stouter. And then we'll also compare it to the Benchmade Bug Out, and if I can find it, yes, here it is, QSP Penguin. Sorry, grab that out of the case. So you can see there, it's a little bit longer than both of those. So you see there. And I will compare it to a couple other ZT knives. This is another Sinkovich. ZT designed the 0452, which is much longer, little pocket sword thing here. And then I'll compare it to the 0223 by Tim Gallion. You can see there it's definitely shorter than both of those as well. So it's definitely on the shorter side as far as ZT knives go, but it still feels pretty good. Overall, it's a good design. It's just a little bit small for my hands. I mean, it feels good, but for ZT knives, I want it to be really like a big knife. It does feel good though. It feels like you can cut a lot with it. It has a good grind on here. It definitely comes down to a nice edge. You definitely have a taller blade, so you have a lot of room to get thin behind the edge. I'll take the weight on this. It's pretty light as well because of this carbon fiber scale. And you have just the titanium frame lock. You got about 5 ounces, so it's not super light because you do have that titanium, but it's not crazy heavy either. I'd say it's a little bit chunky though in your pocket. Definitely feels a little bit like a brick, but it's not too bad. But you have the screw here for the lock bar insert, which doubles as the over travel stop, so everything's good there. But yeah, it's a pretty good knife, pretty good design. I like that they did the blue pivot as well. I like that they were able to add that detail to it. The blade, yeah, that pivot goes really well with the blue carbon fiber. So, and it's captive, so easy to adjust, easy to take apart and clean or whatever. But yeah, that's it for this one. Let me know what you guys think of the 0456 by Sinkovich. And yeah, that's it for this video. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and have a great day. Bye.